Deep into your lower lungs. Exhaling out, drawing that navel in. Inhaling and exhaling. Just you, your breath, and your body. Maybe your little ones around too. Maybe they'll participate. And now just starting with some really slow, gentle neck rolls. And feeling as you roll your neck around how your neck stretches from the side, from the back, from the other side, and then the front. And even maybe closing your mouth as your head is tilted back to really get the stretch of those front muscles. We hold all of our stress and tension in our neck, and it's good just to get the energy flowing and the circulation going. And let's go ahead and reverse it when you're ready. Reverse your circles. Just nice and slow. Moving some of that stagnant energy. Be sure to breathe through these stretches. And then let's meet back to center. Nice big breath in and sigh it out. Let's take our right arm and our right hand down to the mat, and we're just going to plant it down here, just a hand length away. We're going to take our other hand out towards our right hand. We're just going to start doing not so much circles, but really just a reaching motion here. So we're going to reach, coming around front of us, reaching forward, passing through the ground that you're on, coming back, swooping this arm up, taking your gaze along with your hand in this motion that you're drawing. Coming back down, meeting your hand, and then drawing this almost like a quarter circle here, a quarter sphere rather. We're just reaching, opening up our chest and our heart here, really feeling that in our shoulders, coming back around, gaze meets our hands, last quarter sphere here. And then reaching. Bringing that arm down, planting the hand beside of you, reaching your right hand to meet your left, reaching, drawing in front of you. Taking your gaze with your hand, coming back, opening up your chest. Slow circles. Really opening those ribs, getting some mobility in your spine and your ribs. One more time around. And reaching to the top and bringing that hand down beside of you. So we're going to turn off, so you're facing the front of your mat, if you aren't already. And we're just going to shift our weight forward, and we're going to make our way belly down to the mat. So whatever that looks like for you, being very aware of your body and how it's feeling, and just coming down, melting to the mat. Your arms are going to come to a goalpost shape, so both of your arms at a 90-degree angle. And you can just look off to the left side and rest your head on the mat. We're going to take our left hand, and our fingertips are going to plant right beside of our chest. We're going to shift our weight off to the right a tad, and then our left leg is going to come back behind us and plant onto the ground. You can arrange this hand to come closer to your body. And we're really going to feel this in our shoulder here. So this is really opening up our shoulder and our chest, getting a nice stretch. Breathing through. This one's really important since we hold our babies so often, feeding them, we really need to stretch our chest out. And then taking our leg down, shifting back, but keeping our leg hiked up here and just relaxing it onto your mat. Coming back down into your goalpost arms. We're going to actually plant our hands right by our chest here. We're going to just lift our upper body up just the slightest bit, enough to bring our right arm under our left. So threading the needle here, laying back down, and then we're just going to shift our body back, opening up our chest, opening up into a T position with our arms. And we're just going to try to anchor this knee down to our mat while opening up our chest. And breathing through. Just a nice gentle spinal twist here. Yet still being able to open our shoulder, open our chest and our hearts forward. And then just rotating back, planting our fingertips in front of us, lifting our chest up, coming back to our bellies, and drawing that leg back to meet your right. And back with the goalpost arms, looking off into your right side. Right fingertips come close to your chest, and we're just going to start opening up this shoulder now by rotating our hips up and planting that right foot behind us, bringing that hand closer to our body to steady. Breathing through this stretch. This can be intense, but we don't want to push anything. We don't want to force anything. We just want to breathe through it and really loosen up this area that gets so tight after having a baby. And carrying our toddlers around and all of the mom things, carrying all the bags. Last breath here. And rotating back to meet the mat. Goalpost arms. And then just bringing your hands, planting them near your chest and pushing up your upper body enough to bring this left arm under your right, threading the needle, relaxing the head down, and drawing that knee up and opening up arms into T arms here, out from your body. You should really feel it in this front shoulder here. Really getting a nice spinal twist and getting fluid and energy going through your spine. And just breathing through. One more breath here. And bringing that arm and those hands to meet. And lifting up with the right arm. Coming back to belly to mat, forehead to mat. Hands planted by your chest. And we're just going to gently, you can either push up into table, or you can come to your side and then push up with your hands. Walk back up and coming to table. Whatever works for you. You don't want to hurt anything. And depending on where you're at, pain level wise after having a baby, is how you'll want to approach getting up off of the ground. So now we're in table, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and your spine aligned. Just imagining a line of energy going from your tailbone clear up to your crown. And inhaling and exhaling, drawing that navel towards your spine, almost like that corset motion there, drawing up and in. Inhaling, relaxing everything. And exhaling, drawing those muscles in, pulling from the pelvic floor, that Mula Bandha action. Inhaling and resting, really making an effort to rest that pelvic floor, and then exhaling, pulling it all in. Go ahead and now, as we are breathing, inhaling, dropping that belly down, gaze and pelvic tilts up towards the sky. Exhaling, rolling through, arching, pushing through those shoulders. And then inhaling down into cow. And then exhaling, rolling it up into cat. Back to neutral. And now just for some pelvic circles here. And if you need to adjust your hand placement, go right ahead. And we'll just really slowly work it around here so that we're just kind of getting the kinks out. Stretching the hips off to the side. Coming forward. Try to stay strong in your core here. And just work out those hips. And if things are cracking, that is normal. Just some gas in the bones. It means we are getting things moving today. Things are not stagnant. Let's reverse those circles now. And just like the shoulders, we can store a lot of stress in our hips, like we've talked about in the modules. We really want to work those out. And then back to regular table. Now let's flip our toes and lift our hips into down dog. And again, depending on where you're at, how you feel, if you want to stay in table, that is completely fine too. If you are in down dog, just imagining that alignment in your spine, opening the chest forward, shoulder blades draw together, keeping a soft bend in your knees if you need to. Meet your body where it's at. And then just kind of walking it out with your legs here. This is a good time to stretch those calves. They get really tight with all the physical activity that we do as moms. Breathing through. And then slowly walking these feet up to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Into a forward fold. And just letting everything hang here, elongating that waist. Letting those knees be soft. They don't have to be straight. Enjoying this inversion. Letting blood flow in the opposite direction. And let's just pull from our lower body strength here and roll the spine up. All the way up. Head being the last thing to come up. Inhaling, those arms up. Stretching back, reaching. Exhaling down into forward fold. Nice and slow. Planting your hands by your feet. Right leg comes back into a lunge. So again, be careful. Meet yourself where your body is. Lower the knee down. Remember this nice alignment in your spine. And balance with your fingertips. Chest forward. Really open up here. Look forward. We don't want to be hunched down. We want to be open and looking forward. And you might even find that you get deeper as you breathe. And then on our next exhale, let's shift our body back into a runner's split. Now, our heel's gonna, or the ball of our foot's gonna come up. So our heel is gonna be planted on the mat. Our hips are gonna be square to the front of the mat. And again, this leg doesn't have to be straight. It's about the feeling. So wherever your hamstrings let you get to, we really just want a nice stretch here. We don't want to force anything. We also want our spine to be nice and aligned. So if that means you're here, that's okay. We really just want to really get a nice stretch in our hamstring, our glute, our calf. So making sure that everything is squared up, we can kind of relax our head down, subtle engagement in the foot, breathing through the stretch. You might find you can get deeper. And then shifting your weight forward one more time into a lunge. Shifting back into the runner split, and then drawing that heel close to your body back into table. Nice job. And then just resettling here. Dropping down into cow pose. Inhaling down, relaxing everything. Exhaling, rolling that spine up. Inhaling, dropping down. Exhaling, rolling up. And then back to center. We're going to flip our toes, meet back up into downward dog. And again, you can walk it out here. You might find that you're getting a little more loose. The legs might even get a little more straight, a little less bent. And when you're ready, you can start walking your feet slowly up to meet your hands into a forward fold. Dropping the head, dropping the hands. Slowly rolling the spine up. Inhaling those arms up. Reaching back. And diving forward. Back into a forward fold, planting your hands. Left foot now comes back into a lunge, dropping the knee down. Just being careful about your hips because they are tight. So you just want to feel this nice stretch in the front. Opening the chest forward, looking forward, breathing through. One more breath here. And we're going to shift our weight back into the runner split. Again, everything is squared up with the mat. And don't let the ego get the best of you. If your right leg is not straight, that's okay. Subtle engagement in the foot. Toes pointing towards the sky. Spine in alignment. Dropping your head down. Breathing through the stretch. staying steady on your fingertips here. And then let's shift our weight forward back into a lunge very gently. Opening up, shifting back to the runner split, and then drawing that foot towards you back into table. And just resettling here. Big, nice breath in. Exhaling. Now our right knee is going to draw up, and we're just going to start sliding back and melting our hips to the ground. So anchoring those hips onto your mat. Now, this really isn't a pose if you have sciatic pain. This could help it, or it can make it worse just due to the instability of the pelvis. So we don't want to make anything worse. So you can stay in table or take a child's pose for this if you do have sciatic pain. If you do want to try this out and get a deeper hip stretch into half pigeon here, you can make it easier by bringing this foot underneath of you, or you could even place some towels underneath of you. The main thing is squaring up your hips to your mat forward. If you want to challenge it a little more, so as you get more loose with your hips, you can start heel toeing that foot closer up towards the front of the mat and just melting closer to the ground. So we really want to open up our chest here. And we want to drop the shoulders down, looking up, looking forward, really anchoring these hips down to the mat. We don't want to be cocked off to the side here. And like I said, especially after having a baby with being tight there, you might want to start with something underneath of you to prop you up to keep you aligned. Now, if you're able to, you can come down onto your elbows, or you can come all the way down and melt here for a few breaths. One more breath here. And you can start walking your hands towards your body, rolling up your spine, so being very mindful of your movement. We're going to lift from our hips, draw our knee to meet the other back into table. Again, being very gentle because we are really stretching out these hips today. And on our next exhale, we're going to draw the left knee up and shift back into whatever's comfortable for you. So find your position and what feels good for you, even if it's a child's pose here. And then we want to just open our chest forward, drop the shoulders back. Really loosen up our glute, our hip, that piriformis muscle that is deep within our glutes. It can get really tight back there. And then if you are ready or able, you can come down to your elbows or melt completely down. One more breath here. And start walking those hands up. Again, mindfully moving your spine, rolling it up. Gently lifting the hips up into table. And then just shift back onto your feet and come to a seated position. And then make your way to your back. So even if that is, if you're in some pain still, maybe even just going off to the side here and walking down and rolling back. We're going to take our feet out to the edge of the mat. And you can just plant your hands beside your body. And we're going to just do a nice little windshield wiper motion with our knees. So we're just going to allow them to come down. You can even take your arms out to the side into a T. And then exhale them over to the other side. Inhale them over to the left. And then exhale them over to the right. So just kind of finding a little motion and flow with your breath and your legs. Really working this spine and sacrum, getting a little massage for our sacrum, while also rotating these hips. And then back to center when you're ready. And then we're going to draw our arms down to the side if they aren't already. We're going to take both of our legs up in the air. And we're just going to do a couple of ankle rolls here. Really enjoy this. Legs up, circulation flow in the opposite direction. Really getting energy going. Maybe roll your ankles in the opposite way. Maybe back and forth. Nice. Let's take our right foot and bring it down past your knee, close to your hips. Engage this foot. And we're going to loop our hands, one through this hole and one around your thigh. So we're going to walk our palms behind our thigh and gently pull back your thigh, and you can even take your right elbow and almost push this knee out a tad just to get an extra little glute hip stretch. Remember to breathe through the stretch. We don't want to hurt anything. We just want to loosen it all up. Remember to breathe deep into these hips, wherever your stretch is. Breathe there and exhale it all out. One more breath here. Release your grip and drop your left foot down to the ground. Release your bind here. Knees bent, feet planted on the mat. Just take a breath here. And then draw your legs up. Left foot comes down over your right knee, right below. Engage that left foot. And then take your hands, loop them around your thigh, and draw the thigh towards your body while imagining that this knee is pushing away. So really pushing for that stretch. But let's make sure that we have proper alignment and squared up hips here, because if we're off to this one side or the other, we're not really taking benefit to the stretch so much. Other things are compensating. So then that just means we need to back off a little bit so that our hips can be squared up and we can really benefit from the stretch. One more breath here. Release the grip that you have on your thigh. Drop the right foot down to the mat. Release your foot from your right knee Drop the feet to meet together. Slide those feet down the mat. You know what time it is. Time for Shavasana. So just getting comfortable, whether that means you want to go ahead and set up to place pillows underneath of like your knees, maybe cover up with a blanket, get really comfy. Enjoy this moment after doing all of this yummy stretching that we've done today with our upper and lower body. Just your natural flow of breath going in and out of your lungs, the rise and fall of your belly, checking in with your body, softening those eyes, unclenching that jaw, maybe dropping those shoulders down, letting your arms and hands fall off to wherever gravity takes them. Softening your belly and your core and your pelvic floor. Allowing your hips to let your legs just fall off to one side and your feet to dangle. And just imagining all of the good things in your life that has brought you here, and really praising your body for the movement that it is allowing you to do, the baby that it gave you, the miracles that it has created. I mean, just really express your gratitude towards yourself and your body for what it's done. And relax it, because that's what you deserve. Surrender to this moment. Allow that softness to take over. And just enjoy this moment to yourself for the next few breaths. And start to bring your awareness back to your body by wiggling your toes and fingers, or you can just continue on with the Shavasana and just continue to silence, pausing the video if you like to take a little longer of Shavasana, or you can start to bring your awareness back to your breath, rolling onto one side or the other, and just taking a moment here. And when you're ready and in your own time, you can push with your upper body, head last thing to come up, just walking your hands towards your body, coming to a seated position. Taking a big breath in and exhaling it out. One more time. And sighing it out. Palms come together at heart center. I just want to express my gratitude for you showing up for yourself and for me and this whole program. I really hope that you have really connected with your mind, body, and soul, and you've gotten so much out of this, and you feel like you can conquer this motherhood effortlessly and come back to these tools whenever you like. Come back to these yoga videos and, really set your body, mind, and soul at ease. Namaste. The mom in me honors the mom in you.